Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Outlet Podcast channel. My name's Gazy, host of the Outlet Podcast, and I just realized something very funny. I am presently out driving right now. I'm driving, and it's already past 12 o'clock at night, and I want to go to Taco Bell. And it's kind of funny because today is 420. So, I just realized this, and I had to do maybe a 420 cast because who celebrates 420 in the day? I don't know. Maybe people do. I personally don't ingest marijuana. I don't. Not that I don't see its relieving factors, medical benefits. I guess I'll make this like a marijuana episode. Yeah, so I'm not going to argue its medical benefits, but what I do want to argue, and this is my opinion. This is my opinion. I just don't appreciate the culture. Now here's my point. If marijuana initially wanted to be taken seriously earlier on, then the movies is what they shouldn't have applauded and touted. The whole pot comedies. Here's the thing. People who now believe in the medical benefits of marijuana, well, back then they're justified in not believing it. Why? Well, because the most heavily used medium to introduce marijuana into society was through Hollywood, through movies, through all of these comedies, all of the Cheech and Chongs, the early 90s American Pie, sex romps. It's all pot movie. It's all pot humor. And that's the major problem. That if you wanted average Joe Christian like myself, if you wanted to introduce this herb as something that can be a benefit, then it shouldn't have been done so haphazardly. It shouldn't have been taken so much into jest rather than its seriousness. Now we have the pharmaceutical companies obviously trying to stop all types of movement for marijuana. I don't know why. Big Pharma will lose a lot of money, but industries will be set up. The government's going to have their hand, and the government always wants to get money off of taxes and all sorts of through all sorts of means. So if it weren't something that was taken so lightly, then it's something that I could have ascribed to sooner. Like I said, I don't smoke weed, and though I do support medical marijuana, marijuana for recreational use is where I have the problem. The problem that I have when it comes to recreational use is, well, the individual. Smoking doesn't inhibit smoking, the cancerous sticks. See, that doesn't inhibit someone working. However, it's pretty obvious that you stick a cigarette in someone's mouth for 20 years, that's gonna damage something, and guess what? They're not gonna be able to work. My problem with the recreational use is responsibility. Now, you may argue, and of course you're gonna argue, I function better after I've smoked weed. Yeah, I've heard it. But here's the thing. That may pass in passing. That may pass with, from one person to another. But that doesn't fly when it comes to big business. You're trying to tell me that you function better on you telling me that you function better on weed is one thing, but you're a surgeon, and now hundreds, well, not even hundreds, millions of dollars in lawsuits are coming in, can come in if you mess up. See, that's where it lies. If it can't be trusted, then you can't I guess shame a large corporation, a business, for not trusting in such a product. That's kind of how I've always felt. If you guys don't know, I own a landscaping company, and I've had people who were high, and they were not. Maybe they're not you. Maybe they weren't the individual who does function at a better capacity. I don't know. But let me tell you, out of all the people that have come and tried to work for me, I fired them all. Not because of the weed, but because they were not functioning. So that is the major issue when it comes to, I guess, the weed consumption or legalization. And dang, dude, Taco Bell's getting full. Oh man. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm just gonna sit in the line. Okay, so that's my major issue. I also do not mind. I definitely don't mind if the state has passed it. If a state has passed it, then I agree with that. Simply because we, the people, run this country, or at least that's what we've been told. But that's what is right. You and me, we run this country with our. So let me just clear some things up for this 420 cast. Made it clear that I don't smoke weed, but here's the thing. I'm driving around, right? I look down. I'm wearing cargo shorts and a cat t-shirt, like Cats in Space. My voice is heavily affected. Why? No, I don't smoke weed. It's because I actually have a cold, and it knocked me out of work for the last 2 days, so I didn't do anything. And the reason why I'm out at this time of night is because I was hungry. No, I'm not high. I was literally hungry, and I wanted something to eat. So I went to, guess where? Yeah. I went to freaking Taco Bell. I went to a freaking Taco Bell. And I didn't order a normal number 10, a value meal. I'm sitting there and I'm ordering an order of pintos and beans, 2 nacho cheese sauces, like a cheesy gordita crunch, things that don't correlate with each other. I'm ordering all this garbage. No drink. There's no drink. And I'm sitting there at the drive-thru. I already paid for the stuff, and there was this awkwardness between me and the cashier. and I was like, okay, I need to put music on. What comes up on the radio? I'm not lying. No, it wasn't Afro Man. It wasn't Afro Man. It was Kings of Leon. Kings of Leon, Sex on Fire. Is there any more? Right now I'm listening to Aerosmith singing Sweet Emotions. And you know how they do the intro with the weird voice thing. This night is definitely a 420 night, man. So I guess if you smoke weed, I would encourage you, I would applaud you, I would hope that that your state, that it's legal. I realize that as a grown adult in this country, that not everything in this country is right. If you're suffering from debilitating pain and stuff, and weed helps you get over that, then I don't know. It's hard for me to judge someone in a situation that's not mine, especially if something that, yes, it did come from the ground. God did create it in some way, shape, or form. It either evolved from, it's the process of germination or whatever. It it's natural. So I'm never gonna, cast judgment on that. But yeah, man, this is a very, very, very funny 420 night. So that's about it. I gotta stop in a gas station and get something to drink because yeah, it's try once again, I don't smoke weed. I just look and sound like I do. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys are listening to the Outlet Podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, Blubrry. But I'm gonna post this up on my YouTube as well as my Vidme channel. So hope you guys enjoy the content that you're listening and or watching. So connect, recharge, and munchies.